Well, I'm up here at my Uncle Randy's shop. I went to a scrapyard and I picked up something. So, here's the new toy, I suppose. It's a 1000 Cub Cadet. I don't know what year it is, but it's got the deck on it. And I guess on first inspection, because I just kind of went there and picked it up. Didn't really look at it, I guess. But it is missing a carburetor. But I've got the air filter housing, but the carburetor is missing and there's rust in there. So I suppose it wasn't as good as a deal as I thought, but you know, you'll have that. So, but I did find, and I'll never use, this just in here. I don't know how it got there, and I don't want to know. So, and it's missing a seat, you know, makes it a little hard for operation, but I don't know, fixed up and just see what happens, I guess. So it needs some tires, it needs air, and like, I don't know, probably 4 of them. So, but I don't know, something to fiddle with. So I had to come here and unload it because we broke our ramps at the house, and the ramps, you know, in geometry class taught us about angles. The mower deck was not going to clear, so I'm going to come here, or I came here, unload it with forklift, and now we're going to take the pickup back and go get a trailer. So I guess we'll take this. Okay, here we are. I got the Cub back to the shop, just kind of looking around, seeing what it's missing, what I need. I know the carburetor is missing here, and can't really tell, but it's definitely rusty in there, so I guess we'll have to clean that out. Get a carburetor. I'm guessing it needs points. Oiled things up, see if it'll move freer, but I checked the oil, and the oil is like brand new, so I'm not sure if they changed the oil in it while they were working on it and couldn't get it running, or what the deal was, but they were tearing down a barn and this was in it, so I bought it. So, and let's go to the other side here real quick, like the wiring is a mess a little bit. I just need to trace things to figure out where they all go, but spark plug wire was just hanging out here off to the side, but I'm not sure what goes here yet. Somewhere there needs to be a coil. Well, I bet it goes right there. So I don't know. We got Cub Cadet 100. This is 1000, and we have a 1200. Oh, it's not a 1250. It's a 1200. So I've got another one I can look at. It's got a bigger motor than it does from factory, so it still should be able to, still should be good to look at. So, and then we're missing side shields and this kind of cover that goes across the top of the transmission, and a seat. And we have 4 tires, but out of the 4, 0 hold air, so we'll have to address that too. So it'll be a good project. I'm gonna pull the spark plug out. I'll need one of those, I'm sure. but I want to pull it out and make sure it's not stuck. So, and if it is, I'm going to soak it with probably ATF, and I think a lot of people use ATF and diesel maybe. But we're going to use something if it is. But yeah, we'll get the spark plug out and we'll address what we see. Well, I took the spark plug out, and let's see. It's pretty dirty in there, and that spark plug came out really hard. So I got it to move a little bit, and I just put PV Blaster on it, worked it back and forth for a while, pulled it out, and then I was looking at it. Well, I forgot that where the spark plug is, it's not on top of the cylinder, so, or the piston. So I just raised up the back tires, put it in gear, and then spun it over, and it's free. So it's got one up on the last one we got. So it shouldn't be too hard to get it running then. I know I got a little bit of a nest to clean out in there. So inside this hole. So okay, back here working on the Cub. I think I'm about done for the night now, but I took the hood off just because it's a lot easier to work in really everywhere without it on. So there was a mouse nest all up in there under the muffler. So, and then back in the flywheel, you couldn't even spin the motor over because the nest got caught up in the kind of on the air fins in there. So cleaned all that out. Now it spins nice, and you know, it doesn't make all that much compression because my spark plug's just kind of loose there, but keeping dirt out. I was looking for carburetor, coil, condenser, a couple other stuff. I wrote it down. I was looking for that stuff online, but I don't know. I mean, you can get it and it's not that expensive, but we have a guy local that carries a bunch of these parts, so I'm just going to wait till tomorrow, which would be Monday, day after New Year's. So Happy New Year. Yes, I still need to look up a seat, maybe tires, just see what they cost. Yeah, so we got her tore down a little bit, and I got some sheet metal spoken for, so I need to go up and get that tomorrow as well. Then hopefully when I'm doing that, I'll go up and get my new mud flaps for the semi trailer. So it'll be a little bit busy tomorrow, but okay. Well, up here, up at the workbench, I got carburetor today, and it came with this on the choke, so I swapped it out because I didn't need this handle. I need that handle, so I had to swap out the arm. But other than that, I really think, oh, and it needs the fuel fitting put in, but other than that, I think it's ready to go. That is. And it came with the arm for the governor, so, and that's one part that I really needed. And so we got that all ready. My points, condenser, and spark plug aren't in yet, but they might be tomorrow. So I can get the carburetor ready. Hopefully the points will come in tomorrow. I can swap those out pretty quick with the condenser. I got the coil over here. Here's the coil I got. It's got the resistor inside and it's 12 volt. So that should work pretty well for what we're doing. So then we have some regulators on the bench. I need to test or put them on, put that on. hopefully pretty soon we can make it run. So that's an update for this. Didn't get to work on it much today. Dad and I went to a Top Farmer conference at Purdue, so that was a good fun day. Learned a lot. So that's a good conference if you're ever in the West Lafayette area. I guess we're not really in the area, but I go to school there, and two of my professors spoke there today, so it was pretty neat, and just all around good information, nice people. So that was good. That's where we're at with the Cub too. So here's some parts I took off of that 1200 hood, the grill, and then that top piece that goes inside of the hood. And then this is that Brindley hitch deal, which most of it's really not there, just one piece. Put the seat over there, so I have the seat out. I did take the front tires off. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them. The pickup's going to scrap. Our pickup load of stuff is going to scrap tomorrow, so I might just throw it in there, because these tires are really pretty nice, and I like the skinny ones, I think. So at least I have skinnies on my 100. There's fatter tires on the 1200, but I guess everybody's got their own opinion. So we just kind of took the fuel tank and set it up here, took a hose down to the carburetor, and then I have a battery in here now, which is the battery out of the 1200, just to put it there for now. But we used it, and we did start it, so it didn't take much. We just put fuel to the carburetor, and I mean, we got to do adjustments to the carburetor yet, and I mean, there's a lot to do yet, but it should be nice when we get it done. Then we can see if the mower deck and the clutch works, and if not, if the clutch doesn't work, I'm just going to take the deck off and probably scrap it. It's pretty rough. Anyhow, there's some rust spots in here and on the other side too, so I'm glad it's running. Went and got some parts, so I'll show you that real quick. So I got a couple parts, I guess. I got a hood that I thought was good, but it's actually ruined. I got the frame of a 1200 Cub, and I don't need it. I'm probably going to take the tires off. I don't really need anything else. I got the transmission, or the rear end, I guess, of a 1450 Cub. But I need, well, I guess I don't need, but I guess I need the hitch for that 1000. And Dad wants that Brindley part that comes off. Oh, it's got like 3 holes there and 3 on that side. It's on the back side of the hitch. Dad wants that. And I guess I got the fenders for a, I don't know, I mean, it's the same, 1450 or 1200. I don't need these. I don't want them. I really didn't need the frame, but the kid wanted them gone, so I guess I just picked everything up. And then a seat, which isn't in great shape by any means, but it'll work, and I don't have to spend a bunch of money on a seat. And then it's also got, I don't know if you can see down in here somewhere, there's I call it the tunnel cover because I don't really know the name, but it just goes in between, below the shifter. So, and a fuel tank, and then I got some miscellaneous parts for a 1450 lift, which is kind of a shame because I can't use it because we don't have hydraulics on these Cubs. But it's kind of a shame. Also, he had the parts for the Brindley hitch or the sleeve hitch or whatever apparently he sold those before I got there. So I guess I got a lot of parts, and I don't need even more of them probably, but I guess I have them. In the hood, this is where it's ruined. That part's broke off, and then the hood's kind of flattened out. So I guess besides the tires, steering wheel maybe something else, I'm probably just gonna have to end up scrapping it. I don't really want to, but I don't really have a use for it either, and it'll just take up more space than it'll ever be worth to me. And then I guess got a drive shaft and belly plate, the divider in the engine bay, a bunch of random stuff that the kid didn't use on his project, so I guess I'm gonna use some of it, and then it's gonna go to the scrapyard and be turned into, I don't know, probably a Chevy pickup, because Ford's use aluminum. And Dodge, I don't know, I guess they could use it too. It's all about scrap. Alright, well, I'm not sure where we left off on the Cub, besides it was probably this place where we've got it to run. We just need to button it up, put the sheet metal on, and tune the carburetor, and then that should be fine. It could use a battery, I guess, but I'm not going to do that till spring. So we've had a little snowing going on here in northeast Indiana, so what better way to enjoy it than get the sleds out. So this one has always ran really good. It's the our black sled, and then we have a maroon, and then we got a red one. But this black sled, when we first bought it quite a few years ago, it just didn't run quite right. It was kind of doggy. So all we did was, we put fresh fuel in it, new oil, and spark plugs, and that changed it. That made a whole new sled out of it. And that was about the time that this one ran really well. And then we had a really wet, heavy snow, and we went riding, and that one got kind of stuck, and then possibly over revved, and it blew up. And then Dad rebuilt it. So I'm gonna go get some plugs for this one, and now it runs really good. That sled runs really good. It's fast, it's quiet, it's got a lot of power. This one, I'm gonna go get some plugs. Parts time. We need plugs and maybe some more plugs. Oh, and a headlight, because I was riding last night and it was very dark in front of me. You couldn't quite tell where you were going. So I'm gonna go get a headlight too. Alright, we're back here. It's the same day, but it's night now. We got this sled all fixed up, this black one. Put new plugs in it, and then when we put plugs in it, I tried to start it, and it didn't start with a hoot again. So we decided to take the carb off, clean it. Dad cleaned it, and it was pretty bad. But what made me think it wasn't a carb, I guess, was it ran just fine, 2 weeks ago. So I must have just moved enough dirt around and junk, and it got in the carb. So clean that up, put new plugs in it, and I had an exhaust leak, which down here, so on the bottom side. So what we did was we put a patch in it and wrapped it, and it should be good now. It's a lot quieter. It starts way better now. I mean, one pole. So we got that, and then on the Cub, we got the tank mounted and the shield here. We got all the linkages done to the carb, so everything, your choke, then all your throttle stuff. So that's all done. Got all the wiring buttoned up over here. Everything should work, and we need to next get the carburetor set, and then, you know, it's hoodless, so you need to get all the sheet metal put back on. And so that is that. That is where we're at. We're in good shape, I suppose, because I don't think mowing season is for a while. So hope they'll get it wrapped up and taken out of here, and then maybe I'd actually be able to get my pickup in here and fiddle with it if I want to. So, which I'm kind of doubting it. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Everything's running good, and it's always a good day when it's running good. Just like Tractor Guy says, if you've ever owned a snowmobile, you've probably owned a blown up one, and that is true for us twice. So, and one time was not our fault. In fact, I bought one like that. So, yep, that's where we're at. And that's where I'm going to leave you on this video, I think. So, hopefully if you're snowmobiling it goes good and you don't blow it up. So, hopefully your shop projects are going good too. So, I think that's where we're going to leave it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to, if you like to, and if you like the videos. So, we'll talk to you later.